Hello there, wise viewer, to a cringy video about me seeing if I can guess correctly who will be in Zany Leaves' object show called Object Overload. So let's get into it. First of all, the show will have 21 contestants confirmed by Zany Leaves' Twitter, and that a hefty bunch won't make it in the show, 10 to be exact if Google isn't lying. So now let's start with saying that Pumpkin is confirmed to be in the show, which makes sense since it would be pretty sad to just remove him entirely when he has only been in one episode. So now we can officially start guessing, I guess. I am pretty sure Marble will be in the cast, as he is literally in Zany Leaves' channel banner, so Football will most likely be in the cast too. And plus, about the welcome back short notice, who was in it? Marble obviously, and Candy and Globe. It doesn't feel right to put these characters in the video and to not include them in the show, so I am positive they will be in the show. And Toothy, as he might be Zany Leaves' favorite. So if Toothy is in his alliance, he will most likely have an alliance, but I am not sure if all of them will be in it, as a 5-person alliance is really big if Boxing Glove does join it in this reboot. So who's in? I do believe Fly Swat and Boxing Glove will stay, as they are really interesting characters, and removing them feels weird, so that leaves Paper Airplane and Coney, and it's pretty obvious that Paper Airplane seems like the better choice to pick, as Coney is just there anyways. So I have said a lot of people getting in. Now let's talk about who has a high chance of getting out. First of all, Disc and Ping Pong Ball will probably not make it, as they're both boring, especially Ping Pong Ball. There are basically no hope for them, as they even look basic. But hey, if Zany Leaves watches this and wants to prove me wrong, he can if he decides to add him, but I will say 100% he will not make it on the show, as him and Disc didn't even make it in the 2015 reboot. And speaking of the 2015 reboot, the contestants who didn't make it also were Pearly and Lucky. But about Lucky, she might appear in the reboot, as he did find her funny.
I actually, despite disliking her somewhat, enjoy Lucky in this. Looking back 2 years later, I think she's a sort of funny character.
And she is a perfect comedian for the show for some easy jokes, so yes, I do think she is going to be in the show. But speaking of shows, TV, we all know he is not making it, and Zany Leaves despises him.
Television is probably one of the cringiest characters in the entire show, at least in this episode. This might be due to the fact that I voice him with my complete, raw, unedited voice, so hearing him scream and have tantrums about everything is really annoying, because I just see it as fat 13-year-old me screaming and having a tantrum.
Maybe not now, but he isn't interesting without Lucky, wherein a scrapped episode of the original show showed him having fun with Lucky and seemed interesting, but without Lucky he is basically garbage, and the creator seems to agree as well. So who's next in joining the roster? Well, Boombox and Clock, as Clock was also mentioned in the welcome back video.
What did you want to tell me?
Huh? Oh, okay, so I was just talking to Clock, and he was telling me about the craziest thing.
And Boombox has a new interesting design with him having arms. Lighter also has a chance of coming back as just to be the easy first boot for Zany, so he can develop other characters. So will Tissues come back also, as he was in some sort of arc with Lighter? Not sure. It would just mean that Tissues will be eliminated to somehow continue the arc with Lighter. So it would just mean Tissues will just be certain to be eliminated, so I really doubt that, as I do believe Zany shouldn't do this arc. Even if it makes Lighter interesting, it just makes a character such an obvious boot from the start. So it's probably best not to develop Lighter and let him be just a first boot mean character. And the next characters I am positive are in our Melody and Crayon, as they still had an arc surprisingly.
My teammates will get what they, deserve.
Huh?
Just because I'm up here doesn't mean my plan won't pull through.
Could you stop stalling and just tell me the plan already?
Well, let's just say that someday, my team's gonna get a nice little surprise.
Oh, okay, this doesn't affect my team, so do whatever you want.
Look at you, Melody. Someday.
And I doubt Zany will destroy this arc when it was finishing, as he might fix it up a bit, as it did feel a bit rushed. And I have been talking a lot about arcs. What about the people who don't have one, who will join? Probably masky even though she is really bland. Why? Because it looks to me she actually looks like a mask in her new design, and seems to have a new personality judging by looking at her, and I think Tiki will join, as they are the most unique characters of the show, and the most memorable of the original cast. By looking at her design and personality, she seems to be more fitting to be the mascot of Zany channel banner than Marble. So now it's time to switch to Who's Out Here, as when I was writing this script I completely forgot about Dusty, the most boring character of the show. There's nothing to him other than he screams and dies, as said by Zany.
Trust me, you are one of the last people the others would vote off.
Why is he though? He doesn't do anything apart from scream and die.
So if he is out, then is Top Hat also gone too? Yes, he is, as he is not that interesting, and the only thing he has for him is his teaching to help Dusty, but he is gone, so yeah, Top Hat is gone. So is Cherries, all they do is fight. A bit cliche, yeah, no.
Oh my oxygen! Rocky has some serious vomiting issues. Yeah, but when he has to barf, he knows exactly where to. Yeah.
And others. So that means there's 5 characters I haven't talked about yet, and only one of them won't make it in the show. Kite, Casey, Popcorn, Toaster, Picture. So the ones staying are Popcorn and Casey. With their unique funny friendship, I really do think they will stay. So that now leaves 3. Toaster is safe for more humorous characters, so now there's 2, Kite and Picture, and Snow Globe. Google did lie, but whatever, Snow Globe is out. I guess he doesn't do anything that is character related, so whatever. So now we are down to the final 2, Kite and Picture, and the last safe is Kite. Shocker? Not for me. Kite is basically paired up with Toaster. I don't see a reason to get him out if Zany really wants to make the least interesting characters interesting, but yeah, Picture is out as writing. Picture as a character will be hard, as she can't speak, which just makes this the obvious choice. So sorry, Picture fans. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe and leave a like if you want. Until next time, bye bye.